one of my biggest challenges was to basically overcome the step of falling down and stay on top of things. Yes, my name is Maurer. I'm a cryptocurrency trader and now also a YouTuber. I'm 34 years old and originally from Germany. But I already lived for the last 8 years not in Germany anymore. I lived 7 years in Paris and now I'm living 3 years already in Kiev. And my biggest dream was always, while I was still living in Germany, to get out of poverty and afterwards empower other people also to get out of poverty. And yeah, thanks to cryptocurrency, that was something that I've achieved. My biggest challenge that I was facing while I was still in Germany and trying to make a living was that I failed 7 times, and out of the 7 times I was 3 times for a couple of days up to 2 weeks living on the street. But I managed always to get on top of things again, to the same, always a little bit higher than I was before, but then I fell again. So that was one of my biggest challenges, was to basically overcome the step of falling down and stay on top of things. I think the main step that had led to success in my life, that was first of all discipline, that I got taught at a really early age already, because my dad was in the military and he was really consistent in everything that he did, and I got I think these things from him, that when I have a target, that I'm pretty determined to achieve a target, and no matter what's coming in my way, that I just go for it. Free learnings that I would share with the world would be, if you want to have any success, it doesn't matter if it's in your job, in a relationship, in your life, you have to be definitely consistent in what you are doing. Without consistency, I can tell you, nobody was becoming successful or stayed successful without being consistent. Then another attribute to this is definitely honesty. Honesty is a super high value in my life. I can be not surrounded with people that are lying or cheating. That is also just a bad influence that you don't want to have in your life. And the third would be reliability. So you want people around you that you can rely on no matter what happens. Even if you fall down, they will help you up again, so that you can learn walking once more. And that's basically it. What keeps me going and shining? I think that that is for once it's that I found with YouTube right now a new way to reach a lot of people that I can empower to take advantage of cryptocurrencies to help them out of poverty. And I really like when I get on my Instagram or on my YouTube channel people commenting and telling me, Alex, I really like what you are doing. It helped me so much. Now I understand the cryptocurrency space so much better. I made X amount of money based on what you were saying, and I took X takeaway or Y takeaway. So when I see that I have reached a person at their core and it changed something in their life, that is something that makes me happy and let me shine. In terms of what I need to achieve more is for once that I can reach more people. So that is one of the reasons why I also doing this video right now. So I have also other things in the background right now that I cannot right now talk about, but there are bigger things in the works to reach more people. And that is right now my biggest challenge that I'm facing, that I can reach more people to help them. So the whole point for me to getting into cryptocurrency was I had in 2010, when my friend Da Vinci also got into cryptocurrencies, seen a banner ad on a website about Bitcoin. So and I saw this and I was like, Bitcoin? What is Bitcoin? So, and I had a look into it, and I understood that it is basic at this point. When you were able to mine it with your computer, it was free money. And I was like, oh, that's nice. It's free money if you can mine it with your computer. So I should try it. So, and I tried. And the problem was, so now it's a little bit more technical. You had to download software for it to mine it. And this software was synchronizing to the blockchain. And the synchronization on my end was so slow that I never could catch up and start mining. So there were always like 1-2% missing. That's why it was not working on my computer. And then I gave it up. In 2013, I saw it again, and I saw Bitcoin went up 100x. So when I saw it the first time, it was a couple of cents. And when I saw it the next time, it was at $100. So, and then I was like, oh, I missed it. And then I tried it again, but it did not work again. I let my laptop run for 2 weeks and it did not work. And then I gave basically up on Bitcoin. And in 2015, I had a roommate that was basically chilling all day on the couch and was making 400 to 1,000 euro at the time. And then at one point I was asking him, how do you make so much money just sitting on the couch? And he told me then, yeah, I'm exchanging currencies. I was like, what currencies? He said, oh, Bitcoin, Litecoin, perfect money. And I was like, Bitcoin, go away with that. It did not work. And he asked me then, why did it not work? And I told him, yeah, I wanted to mine Bitcoin and I wanted to have a wallet. He said, a wallet you can get in 5 minutes. So, and then he helped me to download the wallet, and that was basically when my crypto journey started. And what happened then was that in Germany at this time, so that was late 2015, there were not many people that were offering exchange for Bitcoin against cash or vice versa. So I found there a niche that nobody was serving, but there was already a demand for it. So, and I started then serving this demand until the moment in early 2016 that I understood while I was sitting in the internet cafe, and the owner asked me what I'm doing, and I told him for a living, and I told him, yeah, so I'm still working in the fabric, but on the side I grow my exchange business with Bitcoin. And he said, oh, Bitcoin, so you're a drug dealer? And I said, no, I'm not a drug dealer. So, and he said, yeah, Bitcoin, drug dealer. So, and then I started to research about this, and I understood that as long as I'm in Germany, I would be with one foot always in jail, because I would be responsible for the coins that I'm selling to a person. The police would not go to the person that were purchasing at this time the Bitcoins from me, because I don't have any proof that that person bought them from me. So they would come back to me. So, and in France, the situation was different. So, and I had lived before 2 years in Paris already. So that was my advantage. And that was then also the decision for me that I moved back to Paris, that I actually also loved to live there, and created there then an official exchange business. I set up there my company in late 2016, and I became within 6 months the biggest cryptocurrency exchange without a physical location in trading volume. So, and yeah, after that, everything accelerated quite big. So I could make already a living with the client base that I had from Germany. So I was still serving my client base from Germany and could support my life in Paris. And on top, I created a new client base in Paris. And then friends that I met in Paris and me, we decided to create our own cryptocurrency in the bull run of 2017. And our problem was that we got into the final stages too late. We got into our final stages when the bull run was already over, and we started to go into a downtrend. And then nobody was willing to invest anymore in our project. And yeah, that was then the reason why I had to leave Paris with my last $5,000 and move to Kiev. And with these $5,000, I was able from August 2018 to July 2019 to generate $2 million in trading. So because in Kiev, I was then thinking, what could I do for like 2 weeks? And I decided I was never bad at trading, as it was a hobby in Paris. Why should I not try to make this something professional? And I was reading up everything that I could my hands on, watch a lot of YouTube stuff. And yeah, I was lucky that it worked out for me, and yeah, within 10 months I made then $2 million. If I had to start from scratch again, I'm basically doing already starting from scratch in terms of YouTube, because that is something that I should have done when I started already. So, and that is something that I treat like I would start from scratch with crypto right now. So because the revenue that you can generate out of YouTube is really massive, especially in the cryptocurrency space. So, but because I just started out, it is for me like I'm in the beginning of my cryptocurrency journey once again with YouTube. So that would be something that I would definitely change. And in terms of my exchange business, what I would change is I made a big mistake, and somebody else that was also exchanging pointed that out to me without actually pointing it out. It was just the way how he was treating his exchange business, and then I understood I do something wrong. So, and that was that I should never hold all the time Bitcoin, and I should basically stay in euro or dollar, and only on demand convert the euro or dollars into Bitcoin when people are asking for it. But I was so convinced about Bitcoin that I stayed all the time into Bitcoin. So, and obviously Bitcoin is volatile. So sometimes I had Bitcoins bought that I sold them in a loss because the price was moving. So, or I got lucky and the price went up and I sold then even in a higher profit than I actually bought these coins. But yeah, I think that was more or less averaging it out over the time. But yeah, I would have made definitely much more profit if I would have not stayed in Bitcoin all the time and would have treated my business like the guy that I had met. So if I would have to give advice to somebody that I would just meet on the street that's interested in cryptocurrency right now but does not know anything about trading, this person I would advise just to dollar cost average into Bitcoin. So, and what I mean by this is that you have a certain amount aside every month that you can allocate to cryptocurrencies, and that will not hurt your financial situation if you put it aside. So let's say I always use the example of a smoker and say, okay, if you would take all the money that you spend on smoking and put it into crypto, it would not hurt you. You still can eat tomorrow because it's like a luxury for you that you are able to smoke and to eat. So if you put that money aside and you invest that every month at a specific date that you pick in the calendar, so let's say it's every first or every second in the month, and you buy always these small amounts then of Bitcoin, long term you will make massive gains, because it has proven for uninformed investors that don't know how to trade, if they only have like a saving plan where they invest every month a certain amount into Bitcoin, that is for them the best strategy to get into cryptocurrencies. If they hold Bitcoin at least, or in this case Bitcoin, if they hold it at least for 3 to 4 years. Yeah, so my favorite quote, and that comes from my music background that I have, because I'm also a professional drummer. I have a master in drums. So that's where I picked that quote up, and that is, I rather die for what I believe than live a life without a meaning. And yeah, so if I could advise somebody, it would be Karl Runefeld from the Moon, or Moritz Herbert, and I would maybe also pick, who was the other person? Yeah, no, these two would do. So, and I would pick Karl because Karl is now also really successful with cryptocurrencies. He's one of the biggest crypto YouTubers out there right now, and Karl has an interesting story because he was working in a grocery store as a cashier before he came into cryptocurrencies, and was just floating through his life, drifting through his life until he found cryptocurrencies. and cryptocurrencies changed his life completely around, like for many others, like me and my friends too. And Moritz would be really interesting because he's really, really young. Moritz is 21 years old, and I think he actually dropped out of school because for his businesses that he had already with 16 years old. So he had already like an entrepreneurial mindset already with 16, and was already having crazy parties in private jets of the age of 17. So I think that would be also an inspirational and good fit.